Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, I started the stream as well. Yeah, thanks for joining on such short notice.
That is absolutely my pleasure.
There you go.
I'll just share the stream in a couple places
Cool.
so people know what's going on. You share it there. I'll just share it on John. Oh, you shared it on John Doe.
Oh yeah, I'm way ahead of the
You
game.
know all the places now.
Yeah.
I've just got one extra place
Okay.
that I can share it. Oh no, I can't talk in that one. I'll put it here. I think everybody is what is this? 5.5, right?
5.5. What do you mean? 4.5.5. Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear the first part. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Are we ready to go?
Let's
Holy
go.
shit! It's not 2 o'clock yet for me yet, so they're cheating.
2 o'clock. It's not 2 o'clock anywhere in the world.
It is for me.
What a bizarre time.
Right?
What is it? 2 a.m.
2 in the afternoon.
The hell? What kind of freaking land are you living in?
North America.
Oh, right. That makes perfect sense now.
There you go. Eastern Standard Time is the only time that matters. So.
Nah, it's all about Greenwich Mean Time.
Yeah, Greenwich.
It's zero.
The guy who invented it happens to be where the.
We are like the default time as well. We are 0.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is literally the time.
Everybody goes off of this time. I can make a. Oh, Necro, come on. Canada's not a fake country. Mexico, I could see. Mexico's not real. Where do you live in the not France? Canada has France in it, you know?
Parts of Canada are basically France, right?
Just the one. This one part of it. And that's not where I live, so you'll love to see it. Oh, we're starting though. So looks like it's gonna be dwarves versus Mordor.
No. Is going to absolutely crush Seleukos. That's my prediction. I don't know if you've been keeping up lately, but Lord Vader apparently is one of the best players.
Yeah. So in the bottom right, in the gray color, playing as, wait for it, Arid Lewin, who would have thought, is Seleukos.
And in the top left-hand corner, playing as the reddy bluey color, otherwise known as purple, it's your boy, Darth Vader.
Kairo, Vader, Kairo shampoo, you know, whatever.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw, I did cast these two had in the first round. It wasn't really elimination, but these two had a 1v1. It was pretty one-sided.
Yeah.
In Kairo's favor, so.
Yeah, he's. People are saying that he's like probably the favorite to win the tournament, which is odd because I've never come across this guy before back in the day, and then even during like the JoJo Luke era.
Yeah, he wasn't around then either.
I don't know if he's a Smurf or whether he is just a new player.
It's really just Mogat, obviously.
Yeah,
Mogat's back.
clearly. Although it looks like he's not a true Mordor player because he's only queuing 1 Orc Battalion.
Yeah.
You want to queue 20. He's queuing 1 at a time.
Interesting. Unless he wants like a pike out really fast or something.
Yeah, but then he went for a 2nd Orc Battalion. Oh, now he's going for a pike.
Yeah,
that makes
there
sense.
it is. There it is. Dwarves not splitting their guardians. He's just kind of traveling around in a big pack here. He might
Back in the day, 4 years ago.
Might be able to steal this goblin creep from him, possibly.
Some of those dwarves are quite low on health though, and they're red.
No, he's not going to steal it. I don't know if Guardians can beat Orcs with the Overseers. I don't think they
Can you
can.
snipe? Oh, if the overseers died, does that count as like the buff doesn't count anymore? I
I'm
don't know how
not
this
sure.
shit works.
I assume the buff's still there even if he dies, but um,
Oh,
classic
I got
Overseer
poison.
start.
Rip.
Or unfortunately, Mora doesn't really have a different start. You know, they kind of have to go Overseers because I is not that good.
I have got literally no idea. I've been playing 4.5.5, but I've been playing exclusively Gondor.
Okay. I'm really trying to make Eladris work. And I've won some games, but
Yeah, I could get behind doing that as well myself.
yeah.
I am a largest fanboy after all. So Seleukos actually getting some quick victories here. Looks like
Um,
Shagrat is going to absolutely get destroyed.
yeah, I didn't think. I mean, I don't know why he's switching to Shagra. I feel like he could have got away if he was just Gorebag, but whatever.
Yeah, true. Well, they
Um,
are speedy, right?
they are
The dwarves.
speedy, I suppose. Yeah. But I guess Shagrat. I mean, if you didn't know, Shagrat does AOE, and when he uses his pillage ability, whatever the hell it's called, it gives 5 resources for every guy he hits. So
Nice.
he was getting some stonks from those dwarves.
Looks like we are creeping like an absolute pro up here. Somebody's been watching my videos, clearly.
Oh yes, yes. No scout hero required. He did get pikes though.
Ooh, look at this one, banner carrier.
Oh
On the
my
left.
lord.
And he makes it out with half health. Look at the micro from Seleukos here, looking like he's a freaking StarCraft 2 player right now.
Sparrow would be proud. So the
This
dwarves
guy
really
just running
aren't.
around with his banner carrier.
They don't. He's not producing units. He's not going for the troll or anything. I don't know what his plan is. He's harassing a little bit.
The Necro says the buff stays.
Oh, nice.
Dwarves actually ahead on CP, and they've been ahead on CP for a little while, although Mordor is catching up. But you kind of always want to be ahead on CP with Mordor, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Dwarves creeping the troll. Not very well, though. He will kill it because Dwarven pikes are that good, but...
Nice.
Yeah, he's floating a little bit. He's not really spending his money. I guess he's expecting trolls, maybe? So he's getting a lot more pikes out.
Looks like maybe this is going to be a some dead dwarves potentially, but because they're so speedy, like they can just run away. This is this is why I think Ered Llewellyn is just so strong.
They are very powerful. It's pretty hard to like. There's strong, fast units. Like I don't know how you can really compete with that. Oh, the
This is what I was
Underminer's
saying
used,
earlier
saving
in the
his
last
dwarf
stream.
here.
Yeah, this is what I was saying in the last stream. Like I feel like the dwarves should be slow because they have the teleport. Ered Llewellyn is like teleport and also really speedy.
Yeah. Although I do feel like they have like the worst. Oh, Black Rider Rush. Oh my lord. But as I was saying, I feel like
He one hit them. Oh my goodness!
I mean he
And
does.
they're gonna get Bilbo here as well.
Yeah, he'll get Bilbo for sure. These
That is a,
oh, well here comes the pikes.
Ooh.
Is he paying attention? He's paying attention. All right, cool.
Yes, nice micro.
Switches
And
him
he
back to
switches them.
race. So I was saying
They're one hitting these units.
yeah, I mean that seems
All these dead dwarves.
the 2 Mordor games where I've seen where the player was pretty good. They always rush them every time.
Yeah. I feel like Lord Vader is probably the person who like knows the meta the most at the moment.
Yeah.
Because he's the player that's playing a lot recently.
Um,
Dwarves doing some nice creeping in the bottom left though. In the meantime.
oh yeah.
So not a complete disaster. And dwarves again actually ahead on max CP compared to Mordor because obviously Mordor has invested so much in these early Black Riders. So I mean they're going to be really good for grabbing the map control, like you can see here, harassing the farm. Seleukos trying to protect them.
Oh yeah. Oh they're oh I'm surprised Black Rider didn't die right there. Holy shit.
Thank God it didn't because otherwise we'd hear.
So dwarves are doing double barracks. Like I don't know if you remember, we casted the game. It was Seleukos versus Stens, I think. and he did this exact same thing against him. So maybe it'll work out.
So yeah, I mean, he's gone for the Black Riders, but at quite a high cost. One of them actually just went down
Yeah,
then.
he just died. Two of them are
Yeah.
red health.
Oh, but look how much they kill.
They kill a lot of
Hell, they're really
guardians.
strong. And Mordor now is also on 700 max CP. Seleukos floating a little bit again. He's on 1,200 resources, but Seleukos actually got more inside eco than Mordor at the moment.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's gone for 2 barracks too, but he's not constantly producing from each one. Oh, he is now though.
Yeah, he is floating some money. I wonder what maybe he's saving up for a hero to deal with the Black Riders, maybe.
But I would assume he would go for the yeah, and I think he's going for it now. Oh no, he's just going
It's
for
just
another eco
resource.
building.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go for the the upgrade eco upgrade building.
Yeah,
That one for the
forge.
doors.
Yeah.
I've actually had a lot of success myself with going for 2 barracks with Gondor. I feel like 2 barracks is kind of a bit more meta at the moment.
Yeah, just get as many units out as possible.
Yeah.
Once you have like a decent bit of the map, you just make so much money. So like you can spam out as many units as you want.
Mm. I've experimented with like going cav, going archers and cav as a combination, but I've kind of settled on, and what's given me most success is just spamming out units like crazy and then transitioning into something else like cavalry or archers once you already got like a massive amount of units. Because obviously if you can split as well and harass in multiple places, more units just do so well for you. It's looking like potentially
we have a base rush, I think. Yeah. Big
just with the whole
group
shit
of
ton of
dwarves.
pikes.
Yeah, he's afraid of those Black Riders.
He's gonna go and snipe the tower. Really nice pick off
That's a
there.
nice clump there. Oh,
Oh, but here
Shelob
comes
though.
Shelob. And all the pikes are kind of a little bit out of position. Shelob can walk over these swords.
So a tower goes down, a tribute camp goes down. Black Riders are taking some damage
already. It's looking like it.
Um,
Now, what decision is he going to go for here? Because this could either go really well or it could completely flop based on his decision making.
Kairo was kind of ready for you. He was building towers as soon as he saw the dwarves near his base. If the towers weren't up already, then maybe it would have been worth it. But I think maybe just cut your losses now and just run.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he's actually got less CP now than Mordor. And the base rush is kind of just flopped.
That did fail quite badly.
The Black Riders, the tower, and then Shelob on top of it. I mean, he got a tower and a resource building.
Yeah,
and
GG.
Here we go.
Unfortunate. I feel like if he just made, well, I don't think that base rush was very well planned out. But if I think he could have just took over the map, honestly, with the amount of dwarves he had there.
Yeah. Not the best decision making there from Seleukos, unfortunately. But it's always base rushes are always like that. They kind of like completely flop or they win you the game.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no kind of in between. Whereas going for the map is a bit more of a standard and safer choice. It looks like, according to the graph, that Lord Vader was behind in that game. So
I would say he was too. Like Seleukos had like you said, more CP most of the time, and then he had his base full there at the end, and he had like half the map. I don't know what he's talking about. I see replay. That's it. But yeah, I feel like that wasn't completely over for him if he didn't go for that base rush. I think he would have been fine if he didn't do that. 9. I feel the no cooldown Dark Rise mount is a bit OP. I agree. The fact that they can just switch between horse and foot just instantly, back and forth, it's kind of dumb. But I don't think it can really work either any other way.
Unfortunately, I think it's a restriction on the law, because that's what they do in. That's how Tolkien made them.
Exactly. I mean, in BFME Rise of the Witch King, they were like a hero unit. You only got one of them, but they were super strong cavalry. Like they were the best cav in the game, I think.
Yeah.
So they couldn't swap.
What's your favorite food, Necro? I know this is completely random, but what's your favorite foods? Being a Frenchman and all. Like, I assume you're gonna say frog's legs or
Frog
snails or
legs
something.
or escargot or baguette.
There's too much good food. But what's your favorite?
Yeah,
That
you
doesn't
gotta
answer
have a
the question.
favorite. Like, what
But
would you,
what's your top five?
if you were dying tomorrow? Uh,
Which, if you don't answer this question, then you will be.
what food would you pick to have if you knew that you were dying tomorrow?
A cup of British tears.
Well, I guess you can contribute there, fellow. You can give him his tea.
Except I don't cry. Ever.
Oh, okay.
I'm only ever victorious. He's not answering the question.
I know he's
It's
avoiding it. It's
official.
like
Official Necro 8.
it's offensive.
If you were really the official Necro, your name would just be official Necro.
Yeah.
Not official Necro number 8.
Give me a sec. Oh, he's got to weigh all his options. Alright, so I think how this round works is whoever lost gets to pick the map. So I guess Seleukos wants this map.
Do they not do Forza Horizon 1/2 in this tournament?
No, they only do the. Some guy made a bunch of maps for, and these are the only ones that they're doing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should have seen the first stream I tried to do. I said, because apparently the host is supposed to pick. Oh, we have to abort. Host is supposed to pick the map in the first round, and I didn't know that they were only doing tournament maps. And I put it on Forza Horizon, and then everybody's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh well, fuck me, I guess."
Lol.
Need to see my Game Ranger ad. Get in the game. Make a play. Watching that with a soccer player. I mean, football player.
Thank you.
I never understood that really. The whole
What's that?
football, I don't know why American football is called football. You barely touch the ball with your foot in that game.
It's just America.
Yeah, they're pretty dumb.
Yeah. They have to keep adding things to their names so that they don't get confused. Like, instead of it being horse riding, they have to specifically say horseback riding.
Horseback riding.
So they don't get confused.
You didn't know what to do with the horse, you know?
And like, instead of calling it a pavement, they call it a sidewalk. Because you
Well,
have to walk on the side of the road.
I've never heard it called. Well.
Or like, instead of being a bin, they call it a waste paper basket.
See, I really
Just so no one gets confused.
Okay, here we go. Necro's foods. We got sushi.
Sushi?
Lasagna.
Sushi?
I don't
What?
see
That's
any.
not very French.
I don't see any French things on there, unless
Oh, it's because
tart
French food is
fillet.
actually overrated. Yeah,
Apparently.
unless tartifletti. What the hell that is? Tartifletti? What is that? What is that? Some kind of pie?
Rice salad. I've never had that either.
Rice salad? The heck kind of food is this?
What do you put
I mean,
in
I
a
agree.
rice
I agree
salad?
with lasagna and chocolate cake.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
I don't rate sushi that much, but then to be fair, it may just because I've never had good sushi.
See, like, I love fish, but I'm not a huge fan of sushi either. It's cold rice with tuna and vegetables. Is that the rice salad?
Absolutely trash.
That does not sound
No offense.
good. I mean, I just also don't like rice that much, so there is that too.
It's good for when you want 1,000 or something.
Yeah, you know.
It's refreshing and filling. He sounds like an advert.
He's trying to sell us on
Welcome to
this
the new
rice
cold
salad.
rice. It's refreshing and filling. So you like cold rice, is the summary here.
Yeah, if I'm having rice, it's gotta be warm at least. interesting.
Lorien versus Gondor. Oh, this is going to be
Oh,
interesting because I'm currently playing Gondor. But I know what's going to happen. He's just going to go beacon strategy, and I
yeah,
freaking hate beacon
it's
strategy.
pretty strong.
I don't think that the beacon should be like the main thing that happens. The beacon should be like a little side support role, not like the main strategy.
Yeah, the fact that you can spam them is pretty dumb.
Mm,
Well, it's the fact that you get to pick the units now. Before, you didn't get to
yeah,
pick. You sometimes got those shitty axemen, and they were
yeah.
useless.
I mean, I know exactly what's going to happen in this game. He's going to go beacons, he's going to go ranger tents, and he's going to get Dol Amroth early,
Yeah, I
and
can
he's
see
going to
it.
win.
I really don't know what Lorien can do to stop it, other than get a lot of early harass off, maybe.
No, I would say that dwarves have a chance against Mordor in the late game.
Depends.
It's just that Mordor has got obviously a lot of crazy stuff that they can have. But if dwarves get their heroes out and level their heroes up, and yeah, obviously it depends on the overall state of the game. I feel like if dwarves, kind of reasonably pin Mordor down and don't let them just completely run away with it, then they've got a decent chance. If they get upgrades in time and they get the heroes leveled up,
Yeah,
I
get
feel
all
like they've got a
their.
chance. They've got
But
very, very strong heroes.
a lot of their summons are very strong versus Mordor as well.
Yeah.
Like Gandalf, especially, I can kill a whole Mordor army by himself.
I feel like all things considered, if it's even in the late game, Mordor probably wins.
Yeah, I would
More
say
more
so.
often than not.
They just have so much stuff that they just get for nothing,
Yeah.
really. They get all their heroes leveled up for free, essentially. I don't know. I think Iron Hills will probably have a tough time, but Erebor and Heirloom, I feel like they'd be okay.
I think he called GG because he went for the base push and it
And
completely
yeah, he
flopped.
lost
So
pretty much
he
everything.
knew that like he lost too much in that base push because all he got was a tower and a building and he lost like a good 60-70% of his army for it. So and Mordor didn't really lose anything of his army, so it
Yeah.
was kind of game over at that point. But if he had just stayed calm and got the map, then potentially he could have won.
Okay, so on the bottom left, in the purple, we have Kairo. Playing as Gondor.
And in the top right hand corner, we've got the brother of the fish. It is Seleukos playing Lorien.
So Gondor is starting with a townhouse in his base. That's interesting. Don't see that too often.
I tried this to get a discount on my Rangers, and then I realized that it no longer discounts Rangers, and then I GG'd.
Does it really not?
It doesn't discount Rangers anymore.
Wow.
And by the way, what in the hell is this animal in this cave in the bottom middle? And it's got like a little baby as well.
Oh, look at
What is
that!
this?
That's supposed to be a great beast.
A great beast.
Yeah, from Gorgoroth, or the hell they're called. They're the things that hold Grond in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah. So Cairo's rushing all the way over to his signature move, is rushing all the way over to the other side to harass. Who would have thought?
It's very, very strong to do that. However, I mean, I don't want to, because obviously, Lord Vader is probably one of, if not the best player at the moment. But I prefer to send my units across and be aggressive like this if I've gone for a barrack start, because then you can follow it up with more harassment. Because he's going to be low on units at this point. He's gone for very, very heavy eco investment early on. He's got an inside eco building. He's got several outside eco buildings. But then having said that, it makes up for it because he's gone for the beacon strategy, right? That must be part of the reason why it's so strong, because he's getting free units as well. So he can go for eco and get units.
Yeah.
And he's going for a second beacon.
I don't know if you
Good
saw
lord.
that, but in the Lorien's base, the Lorien warriors pretty much lost to that goblin cave somehow. I don't know what was going on there.
Oh, wow.
And that's what allowed Gondor to steal it. Now, Lorien's trying to fight Gondor soldiers in formation with Horn. Probably not going to go well.
If he does the ambush, though, it's extremely strong, this ambush ability.
Yeah. But,
It's insane. Like, his name's Kairo, right? Lord Vader?
Kairo, yeah.
Yeah, he beat me so many times when I was playing Gondor and just using normal Gondor swords against his Lorien because of this freaking ambush ability. Like they completely wreck Gondor units in a 1v1 now if they use the ambush.
Yeah, 50% damage is pretty nice. Can't really argue with that. So he's bought Cairo's bought a barracks and he's what, got one beacon I see? So we have one?
Yeah, I guess the
Oh, he's
biggest
got
advantage
two.
obviously of and the
Oh,
repair.
yeah, the repair, yeah.
Oh, it's painful.
Oh, it's
And
just.
Pippin on his level
Oh, fuck,
with his
yeah.
little upgrade, with his little his swag basically
Yeah.
that makes him better for some reason.
Yeah.
Uh, it's just picking them off. This strategy just seems so strong, especially with that rebuild.
Yeah, he's already calling
What you said,
GG.
PG?
Yeah, that's just really unfortunate.
Yeah.
He just lost way too much at the start. Like I don't know what happened to that Goblin Cave, but he pretty much
And
lost
it's
a sword to it. I don't know how.
yeah, and it's going to snowball like the beacon strategy.
Yeah,
If you don't stop it, it just snowballs out of control.
I mean that's just that's what happens I feel like every time somebody tries to stop the beacon is they go for the harass on it and it's get rebuild and they kill the unit. Like every time I see it, it doesn't matter. It's because first of all the beacon has so much health for one. And then, then you can just put rebuild on top of it. I don't know how he got 2 power points so fast.
Yeah,
Because he had horn and rebuild, but
I think he was he won that was winning a couple of fights. He was creeping goblins all over the place, so he's getting some points from that.
yeah, I suppose.
Pippin was putting in work as well to get the rebuild.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it.
Well, GG's. I'm
GG's.
actually just going to go head off and grab some food.
Yeah, sounds good, dude.
And thank you for allowing me to join the stream.
Yeah, well,
And hopefully, I'll see you in the next one.
yeah, thanks for joining. Right,
Right
well,
then.
see ya.
Goodbye. In a bit.
Rebuild should be on heal over time instead. I kind of agree with that. It's kind of dumb that. I mean, realistically, it's not that amazing. You can only hit like 1 or 2 buildings, but like in that sort of case where you just save a barracks like that, it's too powerful. I'm not sure how much it heals, but well, obviously it fully heals a beacon, but yeah, there's just no counterplay to it. It's almost like Snowbind as well. Snowbind's very annoying, but with Snowbind at least the building can't be used, but you save the building for like 30 seconds, you know? I don't think
Hello.
Hello.
Do you want to do an interview or
yeah,
not?
yeah, why not?
Okay,
So this is Kairo I'm speaking to.
exactly.
Oh, perfect. Apparently I'm supposed to ask you if you like fish. That's for question 1.
Not really.
Nope. Okay, there you go, Necro. So first game, how you feel about that? I mean, after that base rush, I mean, obviously it was over, but looked like you were kind of behind the first one somewhat. Just in terms of CP, and he had more building, like base building and stuff than you did.
Yes.
The Black Riders were nice, but it seemed that he just had a lot more units than you did. He just kind of threw them away, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, you still played well in that one. I can't argue with that. But
Thanks.
yeah, the first one, I don't know how you feel about that one. Just do you think
Yeah,
do you think
that
if he
match.
didn't do that, then would he have had a better chance? Do you think, or
Yes, maybe. I think he shouldn't have. Of course, he shouldn't have done that base rush, and I also think that he didn't need to do that. I mean, he could have gone with a few units for some eco buildings, but I had some towers in my base, so when he saw that, he should have just left. And overall, I think the match went pretty as I expected. Of course, I knew that I would go for the back riders, and yeah, the first like 2-3 minutes are the important ones, so that I don't lose too much farms. And I think the early game went rather well for him. This little fight at the beginning where he killed my Chagrat, that was pretty good for him. So yeah, I think he was ahead overall. I mean, still I'm Mordor and I had some internal eco already, but yeah, maybe he should have just stayed out of my base, grabbed the whole map, and then wait for Unburned or maybe a hero or something, and yeah, try to finish it then. Because
Yeah.
especially without Kirit Ungol, my army. I mean, the Black Riders are pretty good against some units, like 2 or 3 units. They are pretty good against them, but if there are like 10 units and Bilbo, they can't do that much, especially if you surround them. So if he would have just waited like 5 minutes and attacked, then I guess he would have won it. Yeah, so, but of course, this base rush
Yeah,
was
even,
just,
even
yeah.
if he got the one building, he could have still ran away after that, but he just decided to fully commit to it, even though you already had all the towers and everything. Seemed
Yes,
like you were
exactly.
kind of ready for it because you had Shelob as well.
Yes,
But yeah, like you said, if he would have just grabbed the map, I feel like he probably would have been in a pretty winning position. Because yeah, like he had a big army there at the end. Like he had
yes,
way more CP than you did and everything. It's just he threw it all away to towers, pretty much. So
yes. Towers are still a little bit too strong, and
um,
that was the problem for him.
yeah, in the second, okay, well yeah, I mean that kind of sums up the first game. If he didn't do that, he might have won. You never know. But in the second game, so you go for the signature signal fires, obviously.
Yes, of course.
Do you think they're too strong, or you just think because everybody seems
Mm.
to go for it nowadays?
Yeah, I think that the Ringloadale swordsmen are a little bit too strong. Their damage output in the early game is really insane. I think they yeah, should be nerfed a little bit. But the other units of the signifier are, of course, not as good. So overall, I think beacons are in a pretty good spot right now. But I think yeah, Seleukos knew that, and that's the reason why he gave up so early. That the matchup with beacons is just not really good for Lolo, especially on a camp map, and you really have to like have a big advantage in the first few minutes, like destroying a signal fire or something, or killing the first Bud and Pippin or something like that. But of course, I grabbed the treasure he had from the creep there, and that was pretty lucky. And so,
Well, the thing is with that, I didn't see it happen, but when I looked over, that goblin creep almost killed his swordsman somehow. I don't know what he did,
yes.
but yeah, you kind of caught that luckily, and you got the money out of it. Also, people want to know why you built the townhouses in your base instead of blacksmiths.
Mm, yeah, the townhouses are not that bad actually, because of course they decrease the price for tower guards and also for the armored swordsmen.
Mm-hmm.
So and for the CP upgrades, that's also a nice little feature. And I think these decrease is pretty useful. And of course you need the blacksmiths only when you have upgrades, and this takes a while. With this strategy, you often go for the armored Imrail and Gandalf. So yeah, the blacksmiths you change them at the end
Yeah.
with his strategy, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, I guess. I didn't know they decreased the cost of CP or whatever, but it's interesting.
Yes.
But yeah, it makes sense, I guess, because I was told in that game they don't decrease the cost of Rangers anymore, but so I was a little confused because like Tower Guard aren't that good against Lorien from what I remember. But
Yes,
I guess
they're pretty decent against Bjorningans. So
I guess Bjorns, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
because normal Gondor pikes are not that good.
Yeah. But yeah, going for that just for the Lamroth soldier discount is pretty nice too, I suppose.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, I mean that second game was over obviously pretty quick. But I think he knew it was over after he didn't get your signal fire in the back. I think if he got that, he might have played a bit more. But just knowing that you have 2 signal fires going into barracks, I mean, obviously it's not going to go well for him.
Yes.
But yeah, do you think Gondor wins that matchup most of the time, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
With single fires, it's a better matchup for Gondor, especially on camp maps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting they picked because he got to pick that map, right?
Yes.
It's interesting they picked that map, then knowing that you might go Gondor. I don't know.
And picked Lorien.
Yeah, he picked Lorien as well, which
The
is another interesting.
camp map is interesting choice.
I mean, it's not that like camp maps. I don't think are that bad for like Lorien and Imladris and dwarves and stuff, just because they already have so few build plots compared to Gondor and Angmar. But yeah, though, so. But yeah, I think that's all the questions people and I have for you.
Okay.
But yeah, congrats. Well played.
Thanks.
So yeah, I guess we'll see you in the semifinals. Is that what it's
Right.
next? Yeah. So yeah, whenever the Fish's brother's done, we'll swap around.
I'm already here.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Okay, bye.
Yep, see ya. So, Seleukos.
Yeah.
What's with the base rush? Is that
Well,
just
I
a
mean-
panic move kind of thing, or just?
Yeah, I mean, like in general, the matchup, I think it's pretty bad for Edain because like Nazgûl Battalion is like very good against Edain, and that's very good in general, but especially against Edain. And I thought like I have to like kind of finish him early because if Mordor gets going, then I can't really do much about it if he like gets Kiris Ungol and some more orcs. So I think I have to like finish it rather early because I can't really control against the Nazgûl Battalion, the orcs, because like if I try to defend my mineshaft against smaller groups of orcs with smaller groups of dwarves, then the Nazgûl can just pick them off. And if I like run around with one big clump, I lose all the map, and he can probably still kill my army then with orcs and maybe some archers and the Nazgûl Battalion. So I just try to finish it early. I mean, I played rather aggressively in the early game, and I got quite a lot of the map. But then as soon as he got the Black Riders out, it was kind of over already.
Well, you had a lot of units there when you went for the base. I feel like you could have just took over the entire map, and then he began struggling for money to catch up to you. Could have got, you know, upgrades or unburnt or a hero maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I think Mordor is like scaling pretty well, and if I try to like defend the map control on several places at once, he can like take very efficient fights with the Black Riders all over the place.
Yeah,
Because,
Black
like,
they
I
do
think
seem
when
pretty
they're-
strong. So
Yeah, if they're dismounted, I think they do one-shot pikes. Really,
that's pretty crazy if they do, especially for dwarven
Yeah, I mean,
pikes.
at maximum 2 shots, but they're
Yeah,
quite insane damage, and it's like pretty impossible to lose them if you're playing with hands, I'd say. So if you just pull them back when they're low, and they regenerate pretty quickly. So they're pretty strong, I'd say.
yeah. I mean, that totally did kind of change the game because, like, you got Shagra at the beginning, which was very nice. You got 2 level 2
Yeah,
guardians out of it.
Yeah, the fight in the beginning was pretty nice, and they also got like 2 farms on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I mean, he got a troll, but you also got one.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, I
But
think we were saying, like, you were definitely ahead for most of that game until you did that.
Yeah, but it's like if he just is only building 3 orcs and then saving all his money for the Black Riders, then he gets them out pretty quickly, and killing orcs isn't really helping me because he just needs to buy time until the Black Riders are there, and then I can't really harass him anymore.
Right. But I mean, I think you played pretty good in that game. Other than that, honestly.
Yeah, I think it was quite a good game. It's just like the Black Riders are pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, every game I've seen where the Mordor is like a half decent player. At least they always rush for them every time.
Yeah, it's
So,
like in the past it was like in most of the games you went for trolls early, but nowadays it's just Black Riders because trolls are not that strong anymore with the 20% less HP on all units. The trolls just die very fast.
yeah,
And Black Riders are just very good. They like, deal a lot of trample damage and hard to kill, and they're also very good in melee.
yeah, they just one-shot Guardians trampling. That's interesting.
Yeah, they also one-shot Iron Guardians even. So.
Oh,
yeah,
really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
pretty
know.
insane.
Even with the ability, I'm not sure about that, but without the ability, they do one-shot them. And they're also pretty hard counter against battle wagons because battle wagons are just
Yeah,
very
you
weak
can't
against
go
cavalry.
again. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll never stop them.
Yeah, that's also really.
I mean, still played good in that one. And the second game, I'm not sure what happened, but when I looked over and your goblin creep near your base there, like he almost killed your Lorien warrior.
Yeah, that was like. I was like attacking the creep and I killed the first wave of orcs, and then there were like 3 archers left at the back of the creep, and my units were already hitting the building, and it was like around 30% HP. And then I decided to kill the archers first, which probably was my mistake because then they just went around the building a couple of times because they're stupid.
Oh,
And then like the next wave of orcs came out, and then they just died.
yeah, that'll
And at
do
this
it.
point, the game was probably over already because like the matchup, as Kairo said before, it's pretty good for Gondor. So if I have a perfect game as Lorien and like can creep very well and harass him, and he's doing a couple of mistakes, then I can win. Yeah, but if like with that start, it's like pretty much impossible to win. And then I didn't get the signal fire thanks to the Pippin and the rebuild, and then it's over, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the beacon strat seems pretty hard to stop. I mean, you almost did, but then you just rebuilt it, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially if when you lost that goblin creep, then he was just way ahead because he got pretty lucky. You got to snipe it, and I mean, it looks like you were trying to go for the troll really quick. So I mean, if it all worked out, you probably would have been fine. But it's unfortunate that that goblin creep didn't work out.
Yeah, and it's also like the fiefdom swordsmen. They're just better than Lorien swordsmen. They can get more of them, so Lorien you kind of need either Bjornings, but they're also rather expensive, and they can kill lots of swordsmen, yeah, but and they're also expensive, and Pippin is pretty good against them, and also like Tower Guards are really good for Gondor in this matchup because they can just counter the Bjornings.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, again, just in that second game, it's just unfortunate that it ended so quick.
Yeah, sure, that's a bit of anti-climax at least.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see really. Well, Phila was talking about it. Didn't see you really use the ambush ability. Maybe I missed it at the bottom.
I used it for the signal fire harass.
Yeah, I figured you probably did, but against his one Gondor soldier near your base, he didn't seem to use it. Although I don't think it would have really mattered.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard to use them with enemies nearby, and also, I mean it's when you have freshly recruited units, you can't use it because it's on cooldown when the battalion comes out of the citadel.
Ah, right.
But I think it's for technical reasons. I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
then you cannot use it for like your first creep right away, which is kind of unfortunate. And later, I guess I could have used it for the fight, but I mean with one Lorien sword and one pike, I can kill them anyways. But yeah, it was. Because at this point, it was already looking really bad for me. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just at that point you had too many units and barracks out, like you said. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like Lorien on camp maps? Is that good?
Well,
usually?
I'm not sure. I mean, in general, I really like Lorien just because I really like the playstyle and I think it's a cool faction.
Okay.
But I think on camp maps they only lose one build plot compared to castle map, but I think Lorien suffers quite a lot from that because of how your discounts work. So you always need to have border guard house for your pikes and basic units. You always need a sanctuary for your command point upgrades. And if the game goes longer, you also need a forge to get economy upgrades. So on a camp map, you cannot really go for Galadrim because you won't have a discount, which I think is especially in this matchup pretty unfortunate because Galadrim are pretty good against the fiefdom units. But if I cannot discount them, it's not really worth going for them. So
That's true.
on a castle map, I can go for Galadrim in this matchup, and they can build up a sizable army and then try to fight for my half of the map at least. But on a camp map, I can't really go for Galadrim that well, so it's not that great in this matchup, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, for a camp map, I like to, well, more in, and I know I need pikes or whatever, but you need glass. Like, I mean, eventually you're gonna need them, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
later. I mean, once you have a Milkwood outpost, that's a problem because you don't really need your border guard house then, and you can just get palace guards and the other stuff. And then later you have money anyway, so you can go for Galadrim even without discount in late game. But especially when you go for Galadrim rather early, then it's not that great on camp maps, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I think that means you're out of the tournament.
Well, yeah, I'm out.
But I mean, I think Kairo's the favorite anyway. But I mean, you still play good.
Yeah, I'd say Kairo is probably the best player right now. So let's see. I'd say he probably will win the tournament, but
You never know. Maybe some old pros will pull something out. You never know.
Yeah, let's see.
But yeah, thanks for playing. Thanks
Yeah,
for the
thanks.
interview.
Yeah, thanks for casting and streaming and doing the interview.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, I guess I'll end the stream there. And thanks for watching. And we'll see you later.
See ya.